The rumor mill's been flowing for weeks now. I'm talking about rumors around the upcoming 2024 Rav4 Toyota. This is a crossover that Toyota debuted with the 1994 model year. In fact, it was the first SUV to be built on the unibody platform, making it among the first crossovers in the country, and actually, it pioneered the crossover segment. Well, rumor now has it that Toyota's planning a major update for the 2024 Rav4, just in time for its 30th year birthday. Now, not many people know this, but the Rav4 is the best-selling compact crossover in the entire world. In fact, some versions of the Rav4, like the Rav4 Prime PHEV, have waiting lists of over a year in some parts of the United States. Today, we're looking at what major updates Toyota might bring to the 2024 model. We're also looking at car life cycles and the difference between a facelift versus a redesign versus an update. We'll also talk about major changes coming with the 2024 Camry and whether you should get a 2023 model now or wait for the 2024 model to come out. To speculate about 2024, you first need to understand the current 2023 Rav4. Analysts describe the 2023 design as aggressive and rugged. So, if Toyota wants to differentiate the 2024 model, it's possible that an updated 2024 Rav4 might see a noticeably different design, with lines possibly closer to the Toyota Sequoia. If that's the case, this means we'll probably see new headlights, taillights, liftgate design, larger grille, and an overall more squared-off design. Also, analysts speculate the updated 2024 Rav4 will be built on an upgraded version of the current Toyota New Global Architecture K platform, or TNGA-K for short. Currently, the 2023 Rav4 interior focuses on simplicity and usability. The central touchscreen is closer to the driver on the tiered dashboard, and the center console features large controls for the HVAC system. Next to the gear shift is the Rav4's vehicle controls, which makes practical sense. Speculations are that the overall interior for the 2024 model will likely remain the same, although we do expect to see an updated dashboard design and center console. Right now, the 2023 Rav4 comes standard with an 8-inch touchscreen, a 7-inch digital instrument cluster, audio speakers, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a Wi-Fi hotspot, navigation, 3 USB ports, Bluetooth, and a virtual assistant. So it makes sense that the 2024 model will likely come up with even more tech features. Some speculate the all-new Rav4 might be offered exclusively as a hybrid vehicle. In a few words, there's a possibility that there might not be a gas-only option. But others speculate that the 2024 Rav engine will stay the same. The current Rav4 comes in 3 different powertrains. The base model is a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder that pumps out 203 horsepower and 184 pound-feet of torque. The hybrid comes with a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine that's paired with 2 electric motors that pump out 219 horsepower. And the Prime, which is the plug-in hybrid version, has a similar setup to the standard hybrid version, except it has a larger battery pack and more powerful electric motors, so it can pump out more horses. 302 horsepower to be exact. Toyota still hasn't confirmed anything concrete yet about the 2024 model, but production is expected to begin this autumn. There's also no word yet about pricing, but if you consider the current 2023 starts at $33,525, with the expectation that the 2024 model will don some major updates, while logic says the base price might be slightly higher. But now let's talk a bit about car life cycles. Typically, new cars get fully redesigned usually every 5 to 7 years. It basically comes down to the car maker and the vehicle segment. In between those 5 to 7 years, cars are given facelifts around every 3 years or so that they can remain looking fresh and appealing. By the way, did you know that the only car company that doesn't apply this general rule is Tesla? That shouldn't be at all surprising, since Tesla has a reputation for always doing things its own way. The thing is, Tesla doesn't use model years. Tesla just updates its vehicles whenever and however it wants to. Anyway, aside from Tesla, an average car's life cycle usually has 3 phases: refresh, facelift, and redesign. It's a no-brainer that consumers expect new features, paint colors, and options for every new model year. A refresh is a sort of a step above that. Basically, it's the usual expected updates plus minor exterior changes. For example, we might see a revised front or rear bumper, new lights, new wheel design. In general, refreshes are pretty minimal changes. On the other hand, the purpose of a facelift is to keep the car looking modern and relevant. It's like when a celebrity gets a cosmetic surgery or facelift. The person doesn't change, it's only his or her face, for example, that gets worked on to look younger. Similarly, a car facelift is more of a visual or style change rather than mechanical. The car usually retains the same engine and platform as before, but you'll see significant stylistic change or heavily revised interior. It'll be noticeably different, and that's why facelifts are also sometimes called major updates. Once a vehicle facelift is announced, it usually takes anywhere from from 6 to 12 months for the new vehicles to hit the U.S. market. During that time, car makers usually scramble to sell as many of its existing inventory as it can. Did you know that different car makers sometimes have their own ways to describe a facelifted model? For example, BMW uses an acronym, LCI. That stands for Life Cycle Impulse. Some car makers don't refer to facelifts as facelifts. Instead, they opt to say it's just a, in quotes, new model. Eventually, a car will get a redesign. When a car brand says it's redesigned one of its models, basically, it's like they recreated a completely new car. It's a full ground-up rework of the car. I'm talking completely new exterior and interior features like a new chassis, new suspension, new brakes, and a new engine. But that's not all. All that comes usually with a higher price tag, too. It's rare to see any substantial discounts or special offers on newly redesigned models, especially since newly redesigned cars typically see much higher consumer demand than the older models they're replacing. Not many people realize this, but car life cycles are actually important, especially if you're in the market to buy a car. Trust me when I say you should pay attention to model cycle. Here's why. If you got your eye on a specific car, try to get an overview of where the car is in its life cycle. In other words, when the car was last refreshed, got a facelift, or was redesigned, and what changes the industry speculates for the upcoming model. Based on the history and trajectory, you'll have an idea whether it's better to wait a few months for a newer model or buy what's sitting in front of you now. A car's life cycle can impact its resale value. If you know that the car you're eyeing will be redesigned in the near future, waiting for the newer version will improve your resale value. A car's price typically doesn't change too much after a redesign, but a new model will hold its value a lot better than an aging one that's soon to be replaced. On the other hand, if you're looking for a used car now, you can try to negotiate a better discount on an older model that preceded a certain redesign, for example. By the way, speaking of resale values in general, you might assume that the RAV4 has a low resale value in general since there's so many RAV4s that are sold annually. But actually, you might be surprised to hear the exact opposite. Demand for RAV4 remains high, and used models usually command good prices on the used car market. In fact, the average RAV4 retains some 56.5% of its value after the first 5 years of use, meaning that the average RAV4 5-year depreciation rate is around 43.5%. That's why it's among the lowest depreciating cars in the compact crossover segment. Let's say you're debating whether to get a 2023 RAV4 now or wait for the 2024 redesign. Well, the 2023 RAV4 is in its 5th generation. This generation was unveiled way back in 2018 for the 2019 model year. Seeing that most new vehicles are fully redesigned every 5 or 7 years, you can expect a redesigned RAV4 probably will be for the 2024 model at the earliest, or 2025 or 2026 at the latest. Now, it's not just the Toyota Rav4 that's rumored to get a major change, so is the Camry. The current generation of the Camry that's available in the market first appeared all the way back in 2017 for the 2018 model year. Did you know that Toyota Camry is one of the few remaining traditional family sedans still on the market, even since competitors like Ford discontinued their traditional four-door models? Normally, news of upcoming Camry updates doesn't turn too many heads. Reason is the Camry has a strong reputation for being safe, simple, and reliable. Now, the 2024 Camry is expected to be a complete redesign. Toyota hasn't yet made any official announcement, but rumors suggest that we may see the start of the 9th generation Camry as early as the 2024 model. If so, then this is the perfect timing for a Camry redesign because it's long overdue. The sedan segment of the car industry has gotten less exciting and it's overshadowed now by crossovers and SUVs. So if Toyota wants to bring back consumer enthusiasm for the Camry, the car will need to stand out. The only way to achieve this is to redesign it. Just look at the Camry's top competitors, like the Honda Civic, for example. The Civic has been getting substantial updates. So if Toyota wants the Camry to compete, the 2024 model needs to be more than just a few updated safety features. Toyota needs to go bigger than that. Now, Toyota hasn't yet released any official images of the 2024 Camry. Actually, it hasn't even confirmed a Camry redesign. But looking at the facts, the major Camry redesign in 2024 would really make sense. After all, Toyota gave the Prius a major facelift and rumors are already circulating about the major RAV4 update. So far, sneak peeks of this rendering of the 2024 Camry all point to an aggressive redesign. I'm talking wide body, cutting roofline, long wheelbase, and even trunklet is noticeably different. The good old traditional Camry is going away. Industry experts also predict the all-new Camry to feature a more aerodynamic design for higher efficiency, similar to what we already see in low-floor Toyotas like the 2023 Toyota Prius, 2023 Prius Prime, and the 2023 Toyota Crown. When it comes to engine design, there's still no news, but expectations are it'll likely be a hybrid, probably a hybridized 2.5-liter inline-4 that serves as the current Camry's hybrid powertrain. Anyway, stay tuned for more information soon to come about the 2024 RAV4 and 2024 Camry in the months to come. For now, I'll tell you this, even without solid information right now, it's hard not to get excited about the major changes coming to these reliable cars. But now, you tell me, what have you heard about the 2024 Toyota Rav4 or Camry? Do you think it's best to buy now or wait for the next redesign? Please share by commenting below. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for your support.